What do you think about the Clinton Foundation?
You know, I should look it up more. I heard about it. I saw in the fact check today that I think they said that 85% of it goes to overhead, and I think that was mostly false today on PolitiFact.
No, yeah, that's definitely not true. And I don't think a lot of places were saying that. I think they were saying that on average less than 15% goes to charitable contributions. And I believe in the last couple of years it's been less than 6% has gone to charitable contributions. A lot of it's just held in a giant trust or whatever kind of financial vehicle it is. Like it's just a huge sum of money. And yeah, no, they're not spending all of it on their overhead. They are spending a substantial chunk of it on themselves and on traveling like all over the world. But then, I mean, they've done some kind of shady stuff. I mean, in terms of their taxes, for the last several years while she was, head of the State Department, they said they weren't going to accept any money from foreign governments, and yet they were taking in millions of dollars from foreign governments while she was signing on things, one of which was signing over the rights to one of the largest uranium refining companies in the world to Russia. And right after doing that, they received $200 million, apparently.
Oh, my God.
From Russia.
Well, no.
Doesn't that seem like a little fucking weird? And it goes into a fund that they say they're going to use for good things, but it really is just a way to not pay taxes on it, and it gives you more and more power and more clout to do things and negotiate with countries. Yeah. I mean, they get tons of money from Saudi Arabia, a country that stones people to death. Like,
I mean, here's the thing. I think for the novice political junkie, if you will, not that I'm a great political junkie because I can know more, but that people set up these things just to look good and kind of, hide their finances, like you said, maybe a tax shelter and whatnot. But the fact that they're doing such shady things with foreign countries. The thing, I hate to say it, I'm like, it doesn't surprise me. Shit. Well, here's the thing I don't like about Hillary, and they kind of make fun of her in the media now about it because she's basically running unopposed. They feel invincible.
That's scary.
That is scary.
But I'm saying you find out they're pulling this type of shit, hiding millions of dollars on your taxes, millions and millions of dollars for several years in a row, and they say, oh, just redo them. They wouldn't let you or me do that.
Oh, no.
If we had hid millions of dollars that we were taking in from foreign countries while we were working in a government office, that's like, when you
should go to jail, right?
I mean, I also think there's politicians all over that are doing shady shit, and they should be held accountable.
Here, the sad thing is most of the Democratic Party and the people who would vote, God, they don't care. They're just like, oh, we still like her. At least I feel like that's what's going on.
I just don't. But even
I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying that's where it is.
Why do you like her?
I don't like her. I'm like one of the few that don't like her and don't want her to run. But I don't know. I might honestly just throw my vote away this year, which is sad because I would like his politics.
Else you can vote for, though.
Well, I'll be voting for Bernie unless Warren jumps in, but he probably won't win the nomination.
In too.
I mean, if I was 35, I'd put my name down, but I'm still got 5 more years before I can run for president. So,
I feel like when you ask a lot of people that are liberal leaning, what they stand for, they'll go down a list of items. And then you see like her voting record and a lot of what she does. She loves war. Mm-hmm. She's fucking in bed with all the big banks.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of
that's
the things
what gets me the most.
It's like those are like 2 of the big things that a lot of people that are pretty liberal. I mean,
amen.
Socially, she's liberal, but that.
When not to make it personal, but when I actually chose, this is something that actually happened. When I chose to run for Congress. In California, I did so to piss off the Democratic Party because I thought I was going to be running against an incumbent who would be unopposed. Not that I'm anybody, but I was going to do it as like a protest and be like, I'm kind of mad at the Democratic Party because they're just as in bed with big, companies that I hate, big banks and stuff like that as everybody else. And we need to change that, and we need people who will, fight the system or at least buck the system, or at least like I was going to not take money. Not that I would have gotten any money, but the idea was somebody needed to run that wouldn't take money from big corporations or big banks or that just take it from the small people, small donations.
You see what I think the big joke is, and this is what a lot of young people don't see, and I'm starting to see it, is I really think it's a generational divide. And we're being torn apart right now with this fake bullshit of between left and right, which is, that paradigm is totally fake. because they're playing on the same team. And really what you see is a lot of old money and old people in general fucking over our generation and the generations that are younger than us.
Right.
And we need to fucking wake up and realize that and just be like, no, we're going to change things now. We're not going to take 20 years to get there. If you're fat ass, you didn't take care of your body, sorry, you're going to pay a lot more in healthcare right now. And fuck you, you old people that are sucking this healthcare system dry. It's not death camps. It's called just dying with fucking grace.
Right. Well, see.
Sorry, we've talked about that.
No, I like it because that's, again, going back to my little crazy thing that I did that didn't turn out to be anything. But that was my point when I was doing it. I'm like, we need to start fixing this now because these problems are going to cost a lot of money when we get older. Like, if we don't start take care of them now, you know what I mean? And our generation isn't paying. We're paying attention.
Stop.
But there's a lot of people in their 20s that aren't paying attention.
Well, it's just people don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I mean, I really think if young people came together and said, we're changing this right now. Like, old people, you're getting healthy, or you're paying more. Like,
right. You guys got all the money. We went to college and now we're stuck with debt. Most of us.
Well, the fact that whole fucking farce.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone should go to college because there's going to be all these jobs. Oh, wait, we're not going to retire.
You sons of bitches.
We're just going to keep working.